I would have anxiety a couple times a week, and then I would go and make a speech to 500 people and be nervous before I got on stage. And even like in other areas of my life, like dating, I would be like afraid to go and like talk to a girl, or like wondering what people are thinking about me, and all these different what I'll call symptoms going on in my life. And so I started to seek out for solutions, and I picked up the most basic like journaling routine, where you write down, 3 things you're grateful for in the morning, and three of your goals, and 3 things that you're gonna, your to-do list of what you're gonna do that day. And over that 3-year period of time, started to evolve it into my own system. And I would map out my ideal life and where I thought I was, and then I would make a plan, and then have a routine that I would do every morning. And 3 years later, I look back, and I was preparing to sell my business. My business was an 8-figure business. It ran without me. I had achieved top 1% health, like all these amazing things that have happened in my life. And I look back and I said, like, this routine that I was doing in the morning is the reason why I'm here right now, like why my life is where it is. Yeah. And then some other things happened. Like, I realized that I just never feel anxiety anymore. I never feel guilty anymore. I never feel frustrated. I never feel stressed. And to me, that felt profound. And then we started to do some research on it, and do some biometric tests, like EEG measurements and HRV measurements and cortisol and blood tests. And it's like my measurements are in the top 1% for all these different areas. The people that did my EEG were like, I've never seen anything like this before, in terms of like how calm your brain operates.
I'm going to pause you right there, because I think that's so interesting when you think about what you were living, the state that you were living in before you created this routine for yourself. Stress, anxiety, fear. Your body was perhaps in a constant state of fight or flight, correct?
Like your subtly. Yeah. I think for a lot of high performers, it just shows up as inconsistency, and it shows up as when you start to take on more responsibility, or try to do new things, it shows up as symptoms and inconsistency. So it's not like you're having a panic attack every morning.
Right.
It doesn't feel like that.
Yes.
But it's the way I view it is, it's your body sending you signals that there's something to go and explore and more.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe a better way, when you talk about a high performer, it's inconsistency. So sometimes you might feel extremely high, and then it's like a roller coaster. Is it an up and down, and now it's more even kill? How would you describe that?
A lot of people confuse this as like feeling good.
Yeah.
Like having a lot of energy. That's not really where I'm going here.
Sure.
The consistency in your emotional stability, right?
Okay.
The consistency in your ability to think clearly, to trust yourself, to act in consistent, elevated behaviors, right? To lead your company, to stay, like to do that's what I view as consistent performance.
So that's where you were and where you've come from to get to this point, to write the frequency error. The question then becomes, well, what is this idea of the frequency error?
So at a high level, the book, the thesis of the book is that we're going through the 3rd major economic transition in modern history, and that is the transition out of the information era. So what's happening is that a combination of the internet, social media, and now artificial intelligence is making it totally undeniable that knowledge is no longer as scarce as it used to be. There's way more abundance of knowledge, and therefore the premium is coming down on it. And so we can see the signals of that already occurring in the economy, like major 15 or 20% layoffs at tons of publicly traded large companies, Meta, Coinbase, there's Oracle, Salesforce, there's a variety of them, which is, hundreds of thousands of jobs, knowledge jobs that are no longer in the economy. Major roles like software development, customer service, even entry-level law, those jobs are coming down for the past 3 years since AI was released or became, publicly available at scale. The entry-level job market's the worst it's been in 40 years, and that is because entry-level jobs are the easiest to automate with artificial intelligence. And so we're seeing these signals in the economy that this is not a prediction. This is already in process.
Right.
And then the